In every single human being's life, every single person, you watching on the other side of this camera right now, you have to ask yourself this extremely, extremely important question. I am not joking right now. I am being 100% serious. Listen, you have to look in the mirror, okay? Are you guys hearing me? Are you guys catching my vibes? Are you hearing me okay? You have to look in the mirror, okay? You have to look in your mirror and ask yourself this question. Are you going to be a man or a woman of haves? Or are you going to be a person of have-nots? Are you going to have what you want? Are you going to get the most out of life? Are you going to cherish the fruit of life down to every little droplet of beautiful juice? Or are you going to let it pass by like every other opportunity in your life? Which one is it? Are you a person of haves or have-nots? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the haves, okay? We're going to be talking about cryptocurrency, all the opportunities that I explore on this channel and in my life. Guys, of course, I'm a risk taker. This is what I do. But in today's reality, risk is the safe route. Going the safe route is actually more risky than taking the risky route. Obviously, the S&P 500 dropped. People's lives are shaken up in this pandemic. Has people looking themselves in the mirror. Has everybody looking themselves in the mirror. Are you a have or are you a have not? Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another cryptocurrency video. And yeah, I get all dramatic and stuff, but everything I say on this channel comes from deep inside my soul. And I mean every single word I am telling you guys right now. When I put these videos out, the reason why I can't do a daily video, the reason why I don't post as frequent as other people is because it is unscripted. It is heartfelt. It is down to the soul. Everything I could potentially put out, all the quality of my life, all the creativity jam-packed into these videos. And if you appreciate that, and if you've made money from my channel in the past, guys, do me a favor. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button for more beautiful videos like this. My goal is to inspire a generation, a new age generation of financial experts, entrepreneurs. And this is how we're doing it right here. We're doing it with blockchain technology. We're doing it with the next infrastructure of the whole entire internet. We're doing it with decentralization, power to the people. Take away modern day slavery, guys. Modern day slavery is a bad thing. And if you don't know money, chances are you don't know about the shackle that's attached to your ankle. Okay, you're not watching it. Back in the day, they physically enslaved you. Now they mentally enslave you. You have to exit the matrix, people. I am being 100% honest and genuine when I say this. Okay, I know it sounds dramatic. I know I sometimes make jokes. I know sometimes I rip up money and then I tape it back together. Obviously, I can't pull that one off on you guys.
These perfectly good $100 bills.
But everything I say in this channel is 100% authentic. Okay, you're gonna get it here first. Okay, everything I put out on this channel, I try to be my best. So in this video here, we're going to be talking about the top 3, not the top 5, not the top 10. I'm talking about the top 3 altcoins in this next potentially macro cycle, micro/macro cycle. We're going to be diving into all the details. And if you don't know what that is, well, of course, this is what the channel's for. I'm going to explain all the details. But first, let's dive into what's going on, guys. What's going on in the world? If you're not keeping up with it, you're not doing your trickle-down economics, you're worried too much about the charts and technical analysis, you need to be focusing on what's going on in the world because those conditions have much more of an effect on currency price than a line on a chart. So right here, as we can see, the coronavirus fears are taking a toll on Britain's economy. Britain, you are not the only one, I promise you that. United States GDP is down negative 32.9%. That number will be ingrained in my head forever. You know why? Because the Great Depression, the GDP, we were down 27.6%. So it's significant, people. I will always remember that number. And if you're talking to your parents about Bitcoin and they don't know what that is, this is your obligation, person watching this video, to educate the people, spread awareness. We are trying to start a revolution. This is not simply let's make money. We're trying to change the world, guys. This is why we're on this, earth for, right? This is why we do this, right? What else are you gonna do it for? You wanna make money? What happens when you make all the money? It's gonna get boring. I can tell you that firsthand. So the world is basically crumbling. People are showing signs of economic turmoil. Here's another example. Look, profits in Saudi Arabia, the world's biggest oil firm is falling, right? We're starting to see a lot of companies do, very bad things are happening. Of course, I'm sure I don't need to explain this too much. I'm just showing you guys evidence of the world's falling. Like, for example, Oxford Economics Recovery Index, right? Hiring small businesses, shifts worked across a range of industries, credit card spending, and even gasoline demand that typically grows during the summer remained flat. And it's basically lower levels than a year ago. But guys, it sings the same tune. Anywhere you want to go, look at any major news outlet, they're all talking about the same thing. Here's another example: United States retail sales. Okay, as soon as they started dropping the checks and doing all the discounts, but I'm sure a lot of you shopping right now are seeing these crazy discounts. I called that. Okay, investing is not just investing in crypto. You have to invest in anything. So certain things, just to go off on a tangent here, to give you guys an explanation of what I'm doing with my life. I'm not only investing in cryptocurrency, but I'm also investing in weapons. So I bought an AR-15. By the way, guys, just to give you a heads up, it's my birthday weekend. Birthday's August 21st. I appreciate you guys. If you guys miss me on the videos, go hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram, okay? I'm trying to grow my following there. I'm always dropping stories. And my whole entire weekend, we actually rented out a huge mansion. So you guys are going to be seeing the inside back end scoop of the whole mansion with my team members and all my best friends. So go follow me on Instagram right now. But back to this, look, retail sales, right? You guys seeing all the deals, right? And the reason is because the dollar is losing its purchasing power. So when they give out the stimulus check, everybody has that whole bunch of extra money and they start doing discounts. Okay, they start doing discounts, ridiculous discounts, by the way. I took advantage of a lot of, actually I took advantage of this jacket here. It's like a $300 jacket I got for like 40 bucks. All over they're doing these discounts. So we saw a huge increase right here. Look, as you can see here, 18.3. But, okay, we know that that's false. It's a false signal because the momentum immediately started dropping. So in July, we actually have like almost breaking even and back into the negative territory, right? This is regular growth here. This is like regular kind of up, down, sideways, maybe a slight increase. But when you see something like this, where it's very dramatic, very volatile, remember I told you guys in the beginning of this video that the new risk, right? I mean, the new safe is being risk. If you want to be safe, you have to take risks. It's the only way. And this is volatility showing itself right here. Volatile. There's no question of Bitcoin's volatility and cryptocurrency's volatility anymore. Why? Because the S&P 500 and all stocks are volatile now. That question's out of the window. Everything's scary now. Okay. Everything's scary. Let's pick the best scary, right? So as you can see here, the momentum is diminishing. Okay, we could definitely be seeing the harmful effects in retail very soon, even though we've already seen it. Now, back to the story. We got to talk about, if we're talking about altcoins, we got to talk about Bitcoin, right? History doesn't, this is a great, post here by Johnny Mo. History doesn't always repeat itself, but it usually rhymes. So what he's showing here is Bitcoin fractals, okay, all the way back from the last bull run. And you can see that we're playing out almost identically since the last bull run. We could potentially, I called this in my last video, we could potentially go on a bull run. There's two scenarios, and I do want to speak on this because a lot of insight I leave from my group. Like I said, guys, I'm in there daily here. I could drop videos maybe once or twice a week. So let me give you some insight. So what's happening now are one or two things, and this is my prediction. This is my ultimate prediction. Go ahead and write it down if you want. It's going to be one pullback, major pullback. When I mean major pullback, anywhere from 40 to 60%, probably even more than that. Or we're already in the bull run. It's one of those two scenarios. That's where I'm putting my money. And that's how I'm moving in this market when it comes to actually putting the money where my mouth is, right? So again, let me say, we're already in the bull run and you have missed out, or maybe you're already making money, right? Or there's one major pullback. There's only two scenarios. We're not going to see too many pullbacks. I don't think there's going to be 2 or 3 pullbacks. I don't think it's going to, prolong. I think we're going to see a $30,000 to like $70,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year. Okay, guys, that's just my prediction. There you go. There's my ultimate prediction. And as you guys know, when it comes to altcoins, when Bitcoin dominates, altcoins either follow or they'll dominate first. They basically follow generally the market. Bitcoin's is the market, right? So these guys, these institutional investors, they're buying Bitcoin. They're learning about decentralized finance, which was a lot. We're going to talk about this in this video here. We're going to talk about a lot of interesting stuff. So we have to watch Bitcoin. It has the most historical relevance. It's the easiest one to predict out of all altcoins. So I definitely keep my eye always, and my goal is always to accumulate more Bitcoin and ETH. And I will tell you that in the past 5-6 months, I have outcompeted, the percentage gains of Bitcoin. And in the recent month, I've been outcompeting the percentage gains of Ethereum. So keep that in mind, guys. Just jump to the next article here. This is the Bitcoin stock to flow model, which is kind of adding, we've all seen it before, right? We've all seen it. But just to kind of refresh your brains, just so you guys understand, like I told you, I mean, the intro was dramatic, but I'm being very serious about all of this. This is the next opportunity, right? People are starting to wake up. And as you can see, the prediction for the all-time high of the next run is going to be anywhere a little bit further over here. We're talking about the end of 2021. So I don't want people to jump the gun. Like, this thing is going to grow. It's not going to grow, it's not going to quintuple, overnight. It's going to grow at an exponential rate, but it could potentially take a year of gains. So I want people to prepare themselves for volatility. I've been telling my group members the same thing. Like, look, it can go up 30, 40%. Maybe a lot of you are already up in the money because I've been calling these great coins on my channel, right? If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I mean, there's an inceptor right there. People are making money off of the calls, which I highly don't recommend. Everybody, look, I tell you guys the story, but there's always a backstory and a backstory to that and a backstory to that. You got to get the whole perception. You can't just get one YouTube video and go look at all the YouTubers and try to trade your portfolio off of people's recommendations. These videos are optimized for more views. Keep that in mind. It's not optimized to, educate and make the proper decisions most of the time. And I'm guilty of that as well. Of course, we're business guys, right? I'm just going to be, I told you guys, I'm completely honest and transparent. So as you can see here, right, we're looking to the, end of 2022, potentially at the, I think we're going to be at least, I know we're going to hit all-time high before the end of the year. I'm pretty sure of it, right? The ship has sailed, right? The supply is starting to catch up when it comes to the stock to flow ratio. If you guys don't know what that is, essentially there's a Bitcoin halving that happened a couple months ago. They don't lower the supply. It's not deflationary, but the amount of Bitcoin that comes out every 15 minutes or so gets cut in half. Now it's 6.25. And for the last 4 years or so, it's not due to time. It's due to how many blocks there are. But the last 4 years or so, there's been about double that. There's been, 12.5, right? So they split that in half. And what that does is it brings scarcity into play at a higher level, right? So it's similar to, Louis V or Gucci or Jordan. When there's limited supply, the price increases. And it's the same thing with Bitcoin. And this is why it's so powerful in general. So if you don't know what the stock to flow model is, I highly recommend that everybody take a look at it. Stock to flow model is a basic thing that everybody should understand on this channel. I hope you guys do. Another thing we have to look at, very important, if we're talking about altcoins here, we got to look at the market dominance, right? We got to look at how are the top 100 altcoins compared to Bitcoin. Is it better off holding Bitcoin or altcoins right now? Now, if you guys look at my channel, we called the altcoin season, okay? I wasn't first to the show because my goal is never to be first to the show. My goal is to be right. There's a complete difference from that. But I will say that I was right. We are in an actual altcoin season. Now, if we continue altcoin season is a question you want to be asking yourself. So I'm going to be explaining to you guys with a little probably horrible drawing here. And we're going to take a look back at this chart really quickly. I want to show you guys the difference between the macro cycles and the micro cycles. So I guess it's going to have to draw a little bit here. So as you can see in this whiteboard, we have the macro cycle that everybody knows about. And this is the Bitcoin halving cycles, right? So Bitcoin's going like this, then it goes down and it goes up, right? And it goes down and it goes up. And that's what Bitcoin's basically been doing by percentage gains, right? So what happens is a lot of these cycles can be offset with something called the microcycle, right? So there could be another cycle of altcoins that make Bitcoin jump or the whole market jump, right? But it's smaller than the overall one that we're used to, or maybe you're not used to it, but the overall one that drives Bitcoin the most, which is the halving. Okay, I have videos on the halving. You need to look it up if you don't know what that is. So the microcycle, let's define some of the microcycles. So the first major microcycle was what? The ICO craze, okay? Initial coin offering. So ICOs are essentially these coins that were kind of put out into the world and said, hey, send me your Ethereum. I'll give you these coins for the promise of the future that these coins are going to be worth more, even though there was no product and it was hollow. A lot of these coins are hollow, right? That was the first craze and people went crazy over it. And Ethereum almost took the place of Bitcoin, not almost, but it was almost a flippening. You could say it was pretty close because all these coins were being launched on Ethereum under Ethereum's blockchain. So this was the first microcycle. This was like a completely different cycle that had nothing to do with Bitcoin's halving cycle process, the macro cycle, right? And there's another one. It was kind of a mini one. Okay, there's been like 3 significant ones. We're currently in one right now, which is of course DeFi. Right, but the second one was initial exchange offerings. This was IEOs. Okay, so there's all these coins being launched on exchanges, right? Even the exchanges had their own tokens too. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that, right? That was the second, but it was like a small buzz. It wasn't anything monumental and gigantic. We are in the third one, which is decentralized finance. Currently, decentralized finance is driving a lot of adoption regardless of the Bitcoin supply and regardless of what Bitcoin's doing. So the whole point is for you guys to understand these microcycles. Why? Okay, why do you have to understand these microcycles? Because in these microcycles, there's going to be these little opportunities, and this is the whole premise of my strategy. And by the way, guys, I'm going to do, the ultimate Bitcoin strategy 2.0. That video got almost 153,000 views, which is really great. I appreciate everybody. If you watched that, if you liked that video, thank you so much for showing your support. And for showing your support here, I'm going to do this for you guys, okay? I got 2 more of these left. If you go follow me on Instagram, thank you for showing support to my channel. I'm going to be giving away one of these Ledger Nano S's. Again, follow me on my Instagram. In roughly a couple of days, I will be officially putting out the details on how to enter the contest. Again, follow me on my Instagram. You're also going to see this weekend's great fun stuff for my birthday. Turning 26, guys. I know I'm young, but my portfolio outperformed the price of Bitcoin. That's a fact for the past 6 months or so. So as you can see here, let me jump back into macro cycles. So of course, everybody knows how to take advantage of the macro cycles. What do? You buy Bitcoin when it's cheap, right? But what people screw up and they can't do is most people can't just, like, Bitcoin, obviously a great producing asset, but most people can't increase their Bitcoin position, right? So the way you do that is by capitalizing on these little cycles. So when this cycle outcompetes Bitcoin by percentage gains, you essentially right here, you'll cash out whatever profits you made off the altcoin, and it will dump into a Bitcoin position, and then you realize these profits as well. Does that make sense, right? And I mean, this is a bad drawing, but typically it looks something like this realistically, where the microcycle actually kind of peak out and do a lot of peaks out. That's a horrible drawing. This is horrible. But the whole point is to take advantage of every single one of these opportunities to capitalize on the big boom of Bitcoin, right? That's the whole point. The problem is that most people don't realize any profits, okay? The problem is that people are too worried about their USD value. They're not worried about increasing their Bitcoin position and Ethereum position. Let me say this again, guys. I'm going to be very serious about this. If you are trying to trade crypto and you are not competing the percentage gains of Bitcoin and Ethereum, or you don't know if you're outcompeting the percentage gains, you are, 1, probably wasting your time, or 2, wasting your money. I can guarantee that. You have to know if your Bitcoin and Ethereum is increasing, because otherwise it would be 10 times more effective with your time and energy to just buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and hold it. You'll make more money doing that. What's the point of, spending your whole entire day being emotionally, crazy over these coins if you're not making more money than just holding Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So that's the goal with these. Now that you guys understand micro and macro strategies, let me jump back to the chart we were first looking at. So right here, this indicates, okay, you can go look on TradingView. All you have to do is type in 100 BTC.D. Okay, this is basically the dominance, right? This is the top 100 altcoin dominance versus Bitcoin. As you can see, the altcoins have been doing extremely well, and we're looking to set higher highs and higher lows. You can clearly see that. I'm not going to draw anything crazy, but I just want to show you, look, higher highs and higher lows. You can even look on the log chart, the regular linear chart, whatever the case is. This is a clear indication that altcoins and DeFi, this is a microcycle that we were talking about. So the goal is to cash into these so that when it starts dropping and Bitcoin starts doing well, we can make more money, right? We make more Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, from the hedge funds I've been watching, from the people with a lot more money than me, from all my experience, no one really knows when the end of this microcycle. Clearly, DeFi tokens are taking off, and we're going to use that in this video to pick some of the top 3 altcoins. But I will say that, this is kind of thrown up in the air. No one really knows, but I can show you a strategy to where instead of trying to call the top, because that's what a lot of people do. And of course, that's the goal, right? We're trying to call the top so we can get into Bitcoin, but it's actually way more effective to call the bottom. I'll explain what I'm talking about. So we're capitalizing on this micro strategy here, this micro cycle. We're capitalizing on that with this video. That's the whole premise of what's going on here. But let me just show you something to just give you more evidence on this microcycle. The Ethereum network hash rate is just increasing, and it passed its recent, all-time high this year. So it's doing really well this year, and we've never seen the hash rate go this high. Another thing that shows, that we're in a DeFi bubble right here, as you can see, gas fees are getting up to $99. So amongst the DeFi ecosystem, it's really expensive for transaction fees. That means congestion, okay? Obviously, Ethereum is looking to solve that with Ethereum 2.0, staking and all that stuff and sharding. But right now, that just shows a clear indication that everybody's just trying to make money with DeFi, right? There's a huge bubble going on there. And this is a really cool website I like to show people. This is like, it's called txstreet.com. If it loads for you, you can see here the transactions versus Bitcoin. So there's a lot more people playing with Ethereum. Okay, even though Ethereum is a little bit faster, it's not that much of significance, and it's causing backups like this, right? As you can see, there's a little backup, which makes it very expensive. Same thing with Bitcoin, and we saw this. The only thing we've seen similar to this is in 2017 when transaction fees were like really high. Here's some more indication. You can see here, okay, this is just in general with Ethereum. Look how many new addresses are happening, right? Number of active addresses, okay? This means active. That means people are participating in the Ethereum economy. Look at how many look how crazy this is. Look how high it's going up. Doesn't it kind of remind you of this chart here? Just a little bit, right? Does that make sense? Okay, guys, hopefully some of this stuff is starting to click with you. Now let me jump to the first coin, and I know it's going to piss all of you off, and you're going to immediately click away. But I think it's really important to understand, and I'm going to leave the gems for the end, so the people that clicked off, I mean, sorry, but first coin, guys, you got to buy some Ethereum. I'm sorry, but if you don't have Ethereum, I don't know how many times I got to tell you, I don't care what altcoin you tell me about. I don't care about it. Ethereum's here to stay. Ethereum will make more multiples than any other traditional financial asset in the world. Okay. Ethereum has the network effects. Ethereum has the developers. And guess what? The best thing of all, Ethereum is still extremely undervalued. There was Ethereum at $1,400. People are always telling me, Alex, the ship has sailed. Bitcoin's $12,000. I don't know, man. I don't want to get into crypto when it's so high. You obviously don't know what's going on. Less than 1% of the world's broad money is in cryptocurrency, guys. Ethereum is still undervalued. It's at $400. It could 3 to 5x in the next couple of months, people, right? 3 to 5x is significant amounts, especially investing. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. This is how the quickest way to lose money. I see it all the time, especially with my, my course and everything like that. I see it all the time. People are diluting their earnings by over diversification and getting caught in shiny object syndrome. Don't get caught in the shiny objects, people. Stay focused. Stay focused on the prize, right? Let's know what's really going on. First coin, if you don't got any Ethereum, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. You need to get Ethereum. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of other coins. Just stay tuned with me, of course, but I just want to really hit that home. Another coin that just recently jumped out. This is like some interesting stuff. Now, my goal here is not to explain all of DeFi in one video. This will take way too long. Just understand that decentralized finance is basically decentralizing current financial instruments that we use, right? Now, Curve is a token that's solving a really big problem, okay? They're basically a liquidity exchange that is making stablecoins extremely stable. So before Curve, okay, and basically, if you guys haven't looked it up, let me just pop it in here. It's called curve.finance. So if you go to curve.finance, curve.fi, so which is probably short for finance, you could see that they have a whole exchange, and it looks like Windows 97. I guess they're going for the geeky look or whatever the case may be. But what you do is you connect your wallet with it, and they have a whole bunch of various features. Now, the feature that they're most known for, I believe, is stabilizing the price of different Bitcoins and different not altcoins, but stable coins. So for example, back in the day, we're talking about like 4 or 5 months ago. If I had a whole bunch of, USDT, USDC and DAI, right? Let's say I had a whole bunch of that. Let's say I have 50 grand in DAI and I wanted to switch the DAI to USDC. Well, the difference in price, I know there's supposed to be a stable coin, but there's really small differences. But the small differences add up with a lot of money, and you would lose a significant amount of money trying to transfer from one stable coin to the next, right? You lose a significant amount of money trying to transfer from $1. It doesn't make any sense. So to fix that, Curve.fi came out. If you add liquidity as a person that wants to add liquidity to the pool, you could actually help the stabilization of the transfer. So instead of, spending $2,000 to transfer 100 grand, you'll spend, something like 20. I mean, obviously those numbers are completely off, but you're basically allocating your funds to the smart contract. So the smart contract can use your money to make these transfers a lot easier. And then you actually get paid and something called, right here, Curve token. So this Curved DAO token, it's basically a decentralized autonomous organization token. These guys vote for different proposals on this platform. I would never recommend anyone to buy it. Okay, guys, these contracts are brand new. This is the wild, wild west of finance. There's a good chance a lot of these is very volatile. It's Very hard to understand. So what you could do, and by the way, the DeFi yielding strategist, my coach for my course, he actually dropped a tutorial specifically on Wi-Fi, and I believe also on Curve Finance, how to stake. So guys, if you want to get that tutorial, I'm going to leave his link in the description below. He's 100% vetted by me. This guy is legitimate. I'm telling you, he might have a lower subscriber count, but that doesn't mean quality. I need everybody right now. Show me some support. He's a part of my community. Go to his channel, subscribe to his channel. He has tutorials on everything DeFi. I run a lot of my decisions through him, and very good insight. Okay, he's the DeFi trader. His name's David. Go follow him now. Go follow him. Click the link below. You got tutorials on all of this stuff. But basically what I'm doing is I'm adding liquidity specifically in my next token. So it's kind of playing both one and one, and I'm farming these Curve tokens. So I'm getting them for free. There's no risk. There's zero risk to get these Curve tokens. They could potentially be worth a lot of money in the future if Curve.fi keeps doing really good things. They're like a really good project, right? Which brings me to my next point, okay? This next coin here is Yearn Finance. Now, this coin here, it deserves a whole video. There's no way I'm going to be really able to explain in immense detail about this coin. Also, I will say we're a little bit late. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to show you guys. I didn't want to show you, but I have to show you. As you can see here on August 3rd, I was showing just an update to the group that, purchased my course. And these guys got into, Yearn Finance. You can come over here. We got into it on August 3rd. So we got into it at about $4,000. Today it's at what, 15,000. So we kind of tripled our money in like less than a month. This is the type of, experience, knowledge you get from this group. If you guys want to apply, thefundamentalsecrets.com. I'll leave the link in the description below. We're only accepting a handful of people. This is not open to the public yet because it's in beta. But we look to get a lot of new members, and we're making sure that we're getting results for people so that when we do launch it to the public, this can be like a really good thing for everybody. But again, like it's not open to the public. You have to apply. So go ahead, go to the link in the description below, apply so you can get all of these features. We're growing. We're growing pretty well. But Wi-Fi is one of the coins you want to be looking into. Why? Because they're solving problems too. And they actually opened a whole nother subsection of DeFi that we haven't even seen before. We've never seen this subsection, and it's basically called robo-advising, okay? I'm trying not to blow your mind here, but basically, if you look at, remember I just told you can add liquidity to Curve Finance to mine their decentralized autonomous tokens, right? Organization tokens, the Curve. Remember I told you can give your money to this smart contract, and they will pay you out dividends, okay? Well, you could get the same dividends from stable coins, okay? So what these guys are doing, what Wi-Fi is doing, and it's just one of the products. He has multiple products. It's not just one product, but this is just one of the most known ones. What he does is you can give your stable coins to Wi-Fi's mechanism, and he will actually allocate the money to the highest yield. So some of the coins, maybe if you stake, for example, on DAI, you'll get 5% APY, 5% a year, which is way better than any bank, of course. But also, let's say it switches to this day, and on this protocol over there, it's better to mine this stable coin, right? So it's basically robo-advising. The robo-advisor will automatically allocate your funds to get the highest APY. And then a lot of that value is captured to their governance token, which is Wi-Fi. Now, another thing that's very favorable about this coin is that the circulating and total supply is only 30,000. Now, I believe the new proposal that they just put out, don't quote me on this, but I believe they doubled it. So it's only 60,000. You realize how low that supply is. If this coin keeps gaining, it still has pretty good potential. I will say this is a risky one. I will say that you must understand this before you buy it. And I also will say that we just recently went up 43%, and it goes against all my principles to buy anything that recently just went up, okay? Maybe you want to write this down and put it on a list somewhere and buy it when it decreases in price, okay? I just want to be very clear with that on my YouTube channel, because I always talk about coins, but I want you to understand that this coin's already gone up. So maybe buy a little bit now, maybe because it could keep going up. And then if it falls, buy more, right? That's the whole point of dollar cost averaging. Hopefully you guys, you understand that, right? So Wi-Fi, okay, obviously I got in early. Obviously I made a whole bunch of money, but this is some new stuff here. This is new age DeFi, right? And they have a whole suite of products, and all of these products are basically, the best way to put it is that these automatic robots that are arbitraging basically yield farming. It's yield farming for you. The value is being captured in their governance token. And the governance token just happens to have a ridiculously low supply, which is extremely favorable. The market cap's only 450 million. 450 million. This could easily be $1 billion product. I don't see why not. So it has potentially some room to go. Like I said, this dollar cost average into this coin. Legitimate, verified, proven. This is the coin right here. So let me just go over the 2 coins again. We got Yearn Finance. Don't buy this token. You could if you want to. Just understand it's very risky. Definitely, I would say mine this token before you buy it. Go to David DeFi Traders, channel to get some tutorials on that. And then Yearn Finance, you want a dollar cost average into this one, okay? Definitely dollar cost average into this one. And then I obviously pulled your guys' toe with the, Ethereum. But let me before you guys go, let me explain some strategies. See, the thing is, I don't like making the ultimatum coins like, hey, I mean, I do, you guys made money off my coins before, right? But right now, what you want to understand is that you can make money virtually off of anything, right? This is in the mania phase, right? There could be a potential downturn in the microcycle, and that's what you want to take, of course that could happen, right? But right now we're in mania. So once you notice that DeFi is taking off, it's very simple, guys. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of coins right now. I'm going to go down the list. What you want to do is you want to have a certain amount of coins that a lot of people are talking about that have credibility, of course, right? And write them down on a list. And you don't want to buy them high. You want to buy them low. So all you have to do is go to CoinMarketCap, and I'm just going to go through the list. Like, for example, Chainlink. Right now, it's way too overextended, right? I'm teaching you guys how to fish right now. Bear with me. But right now, look at that. You don't want to buy into that, right? You want to wait a little bit. You just go through the coins that have to do with DeFi. So I'm going to write this down, right? Chainlink, I'm dollar cost averaging if it goes lower, right? Okay, Cosmos, you guys know I talk about that all the time. Definitely dollar cost average to Cosmos if it drops a little bit more. Aave, it's a huge platform, it's up 20%. Okay, wait for this to drop a little bit. Decentralized finance. Guys, just come over here, click change 24 hours, look for the worst performing assets. Like Ren is a great coin. That might be something you want to buy. I wouldn't buy it specifically right now because it's up so high. But you want to look for these coins that drop like for a week or 20 days that have significance in the community. So if it has significance in the community, people are talking about it, and it drops at a significant gain, and it's a DeFi coin, and we're in a DeFi microcycle, you guys catching my gist here. A lot of these coins, like for example, yesterday, I did a live Q&A in my group. Let me just show you, for example. Right here, I called Bancor. It's up like 24% in the last 24 hours. You think, that call was very easy because Bancor was down like almost 20% in the last like 24 hours. It was down like 30% for the last 7 days. And it's a DeFi, it's a decentralized exchange, which is one of the most useful things in DeFi. So it was very easy for me to call that one, and it paid off almost immediately. Now, all these coins are not going to pay off immediately, but that's the strategy, guys. Look for the decentralized finance coins that either one is getting a lot of hype. Look for the decentralized finance coins that have a lot of good reputation, but are not doing and performing well, and wait for the market to drop. Wait for that microcycle to drop, okay? Wait for DeFi to start doing bad, scoop them up, so that when the next microcycle comes, potentially with, the big bull run with Bitcoin and everything like that, your coins are going to pay off at a higher percentage gain than, Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the goal, right? Obviously, Wi-Fi paid off way more than Bitcoin and Ethereum, correct? So that's the strategy right there that I just kind of want to let you guys know. There's my coins. I know it's not like what everybody wants. I'm going to go buy it today. No, I'm sorry, guys, but this is the truth. This is how this stuff works. If it was as easy as for you to go pick a cryptocurrency off of YouTube, you'd be a millionaire now, and so will all the followers, right? That's not how it really works, okay? Sometimes you have to watch the market. Sometimes you have to make less than what you want. Sometimes a lot of you guys are just investing a little bit it's not enough money. It's not enough money to invest. There's 2 problems you have to solve: the cash flow, and then you can invest. If you don't solve the cash flow problem, you're investing with nothing. You're going to be discouraged, when you don't make any money. It's as simple as that. It's much easier for me to put, 100 grand into a coin, and, the 5% increase makes me so much money compared to someone, going all in on a horrible coin that, maybe it might jump up 500%, but you only made $1,000. I made you get what I'm saying? You catching my gist here? More money makes more money. So if you have a cash flow problem, you might need to solve that problem. Okay. I just want to give everybody a heads up. Sometimes it's not about finding the hot altcoin. Sometimes it's facing reality and doing what you have to do to make more income so that you can invest more money, right? Bringing it back to the intro, guys, bringing it all the way back to the intro. Look, it's either you're going to miss out or you're going to partake in it. And if the little hurdle is that simply the fact that you don't have enough capital, there's so many things you can do. You can sell things on eBay. You can go work 100 hours a week. You know, oh, I got a job. I can't get another job. I can't get a Go shine shoes. Go wash cars. Go mow some person's lawn. I know it sounds like dirty work that nobody wants to do, but the whole point is that you're setting yourself up to take part in this cryptocurrency journey. All I'm talking about is $5,000 can change your life. And if you don't have $5,000, $3 to $5,000 to invest in cryptocurrency, go do something to get that money, people. Go do something. Get up. This is the chance. We are probably already in the bull run. Go bust your butt for 150 hours a week. Go sleep 3 hours, people. Sleep 3 hours. Go get extra money. I don't care what anybody says. There's no excuses. Anybody can get $5,000 in under a month if they work hard enough. Go work for a month and get $5,000 so you can participate in the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of all mankind. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you, my friend, if you watching this video do not get with this, I promise, I guarantee it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.